Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sins and Consequences, a Blades in the Dark actual play podcast presented by Dragon's Greed Gaming. I'll have to edit that birth out.
And
What
RC
did
Cola.
you come here for?
Yeah. It's also presented by RC Cola.
Rar Seagull.
RC Cola.
You got so seen. I love it.
Yeah.
Gotta put that XD in there.
Yeah, has ever been like a big fan of International Talk Like a Pirate Day? I actually think it's stupid.
What? I didn't even know that it
Yeah.
existed. I would have fucking done
There's
it every single time.
International Everything Day.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, trust me, I know. I write the international holiday every single day at work just to piss people off.
But
Well, I
you
don't
missed
see
the
why that
pirate
is.
National
day.
Talk Like a Pirate Day?
Yeah, I just have never seen it. I didn't even know it existed. I
Here's
would
a
have
little
done it.
Here's a little fun tidbit for you. Geek Squad, which I think at this point is gone.
Yeah.
At least its heart is gone. Rest in peace. Had a big culture to it. There was a handbook that had all sorts of cultural little tidbits. Talk Like a Pirate Day was in the Geek Squad handbook. You were supposed to do it. Also,
Why?
white socks were mandatory.
The Black Sox look better.
No, white socks. White socks or you get sent home.
I know this debate is important, but did you guys actually talk like pirates the day of?
It's
And
required.
how did customers react?
Employee
He
handbook.
showed up late and you'll be getting a notice. Like,
Yeah.
You're late
It's
for
some-
the appointment.
If somebody
I
pissed you off,
banish
like,
ye
yeah,
back to the scheduling department.
That's the warlock
Shivering
of pirate.
timbers. Look at the
Yarr,
amount of
it
malware.
is. Who says he can't be both? Yarty tarty tie.
But yeah, speaking of talk,
oh
there
nice.
you go. Speaking of being a leprechaun, Sydney Fable wrote most of the music that you hear in this podcast.
I didn't expect that transition at all.
I didn't expect it either, but here we
I'm
go.
so sorry, Sydney.
Sydney Fable's rad.
Aaron is not.
They legitimately are. Yeah, they did a phenomenal job with the music. I've really enjoyed just like even listening to it. So much so that in the last episode I apparently left 2 hours of extra music at the end.
I was like, dude, I was just listening to it today, and it got to the end, and it played like the end music, the dramatic end music,
The horn.
and then
Yeah.
like the Sydney Fable came back, and I'm like, ooh, there's gonna be a little post-credit thing. Like, man, I
Oh,
waited
there's a
for it.
post-credit something.
I waited for it 25 minutes. And I was like, how long is this? I skipped around a little bit trying to find the little fun kernel. It's not there.
Yeah, no, it wasn't there. What I do is I sometimes, if I use the same song a lot when I'm editing stuff, I'll just bring it into Audacity and make a 2-hour version of it. And then just save that so that I have a file I can drag in, so that I don't have to keep copying and pasting and doing fades and stuff every time I try to edit something. But yeah, so Sydney Fable has a glam rock band known as the Blam Blam, and they're rad. They've slowly become like part of my regular rotation, which
Nice.
is weird because I don't listen to a lot of glam rock. I mostly listen to rap. But I'm into it.
I like the accent you put on that.
Right.
Yeah, I like that rap, the hip hop nonsense.
They're here for tea, huh? Sorry.
Really deep potatoes.
Yarty tar.
But
Talk like a
yeah,
leprechaun pirate day.
there you go.
It's gonna be
Um,
a
Speaking
long
of talking like a leprechaun pilot, a leprechaun pilot.
Oh, I've got to
Just
fly me aircraft now.
introduce yourself. Talk about your week. Tell us about things. Do you have a
Wait,
good
who?
story?
Yeah, I missed the name. Who'd you call out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I was talking. I didn't hear who it was.
Were you talking to me or were you talking to?
I'm talking to Dio. Dio, tell us
Oh.
a story.
You talking to me?
Are you talking to me?
You talking to me?
You?
I don't see any other deals here.
Whoa. Okay. Shit. I wasn't ready. man, that's it. That's
Nice.
about it.
There we
No,
go.
but
so Dio is transmogrified into Tina Belcher. There we go. But you are playing as Lechusa.
and getting over a cold.
Yes, and Lechusa the flautist. But yeah, and you're getting over a cold. That sucks. Well, I guess it's good that you're getting over it.
I mean, it's just nothing but mucus now. It's the fun part of it all. That's why I sound a little nasally right now, but it's fine. And as for Lechusa has found out whether he wanted to or not, a lot of the up and coming stuff that's happening all over Duskfall. The many spirits have told him, "Hey man, shit's about to go down." And with that, he's done a bit of research into finding out what the fuck happened with his brother. And I mean, wow,
yeah, you stuck your face into a boiling pot of water with a witch. That's right.
that I did, or
What?
that Lechusa did.
You guys, come on. Come
There
on.
we go.
Why are you always surprised with half of the crazy shit my characters do? Man?
Dude, no, it's not just you. It's all of you guys. Every time I miss a session, I come back and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Well, you gotta wait for the episode. Apparently.
I know, and it's
That's
gonna be
why
a weird one. I
these
can
things.
already tell.
But yeah. Speaking of coming on, Ethan, how's it going? How you doing?
It's going well. Been, what, 2 days, 3 days since we last recorded, so not too much new. Diablo 4, the expansion, came out today, so that's how much I love you guys, is that we're here recording and I'm not playing that, which really want to play it, but that's fine. Fun fact from me this week is I saw how a bird does its landing gear a few days ago. And so what I mean by that is it's like, I saw this bird that was flying and it had its feet out. And then I always imagine that because you see birds up in the air and their feet aren't there, right? Like the landing gear is kind of stowed away. And so I always just kind of imagine, well, they just kind of fold their legs up and go in. But it didn't do that. And instead what happened is the bird just spazzed out for 3 seconds and then tucked him in really quick. And so it's just this shake up and then push in. And I was like, I never realized that they're just I always just imagined mechanically but it's like, oh fuck. Okay, we're good. And it's like they must do that every time. That's insane.
It's so good to know that I'm not the only one who pretends to know what they're doing with what they're supposed to be doing.
Maybe that's why they call it fight or flight.
Yeah, it's
Well,
true.
they're doing both.
You probably have
That's
less
hilarious.
experience as a carpenter than they do being birds.
I don't know, man. What's the lifespan of a bird? I have no clue.
Depends on the bird. Some parrots live
Good
to be
answer.
100 years old.
Wow, that's a long time. I have not been a carpenter that long.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was
actually,
gonna say,
no, Dio, I'm pulling an Adam. I'm going to interrupt. No, so Guy Moon, the guy who wrote the Fairly Odd Parents theme song and a bunch of other ones for Nickelodeon, happens to live in my
Fake
hometown.
name. It's a fake name.
What?
No, it's his real name.
Like the Odd Parents, man. The Odd Parents. That one?
My name's Hugh, man.
Yeah. No, his name is Guy, short for Gustavus.
He's Canadian.
He is Canadian. But yeah, he
yeah.
just lived
Lives
in
in
a
Canada.
1-bedroom apartment with a parrot, and that parrot was older than him. And when I met him, he was 74.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and so because that was his dad's parrot, and so yeah, they're just one of those animals where if you get one, you have to will it to your children.
Weird.
Yeah.
Or do you
But
will the children to the bird?
Speaking
Probably
of
easier
the
that
will
way.
of children, CJ.
No one's
fucking
supposed
weird,
to
I
money.
love
I was just some sucker there, mister.
But yeah.
Weird energy on a Tuesday, huh, guys?
It is a weird energy on a Tuesday.
Oh, let's get
Listen,
super
this
weird.
intro is a little bit of a crash landing, just like that
Yeah.
bird. But Like that bird, we're gonna make it work. CJ, do you got any interesting stories from this word?
I have a story.
Oh my! I wish the listeners could see how
Sunday
animated
morning,
your face is.
I walked out upon the hallway of my condo, and the vision that met upon me was that of a horror scene. For through the hallway, the lights were not lit, save for the single one above my doorway, and one way farther down the hallway, the rest of the hallway, covered in an inky blackness. I sought to the Discord group chat, and I said, should a knife murderer come to me, you will all know why. But I lived, so it's okay.
And I'm like, did they?
I don't recall that at all.
What happened?
There's a photo of this? Where?
No, the lights were just off in my condo, like hallways. Like I was like, okay, gotta go do my laundry. I step out, and then like the hallway's just completely dark, except
Did
for
you
like
run
lights.
through the darkness to do laundry, or did you say fuck it?
I just casually walked.
So
I
no.
just casually walk towards death. That's a badass move. That's a badass move.
It is.
I got a question for you about the game.
Yeah.
Does Shiova care at all about this war?
She thinks it's hilarious, and she's excited to eat some Imperium scum.
Okay, very good, very good. Speaking of Imperium scum,
That's me.
how's
I
that?
am your imperial scumdog. Let's see. I don't know, man. I've been gone for a little while because I didn't appear in the last recording because it was my daughter's 3rd birthday. If you ask my daughter, she'll tell you she's big. She's very big. She'll tell you she's big and so strong, and she'll show you her muscles. And I've taught her where she does the thing where you flex up, and then you flex down, and then you do the thing where it looks like you're gonna fire a bow, where you flex the other way. And she goes, her, grr, oh yeah, and
like actually like vocalizing all of that and just saying, oh yeah,
absolutely. Well, she goes in her little Nora voice. She goes, oh yeah, and like it's super cute.
Those pics are so cute, by the way, that you threw up.
Dude, she is adorable, absolutely. And but yeah, man. So in the town of Des Plaines, Illinois, it's spelled like Des Plaines. Look it up. There's a little place called the Choo Choo Restaurant. My daughter loves trains. We hopped on the train at the local train station and took it down to Des Plaines. And it's a very short walk from the train station to the Choo Choo Restaurant. And the Choo Choo Restaurant has been there forever. I think the dude that works there has been there for 50 years. And I think the restaurant's been there longer. I think it's 1,000,000 years old. I think it predates electricity and model trains. Anyhow, there's a model train track that runs around this little diner, and they have burgers, and the burgers there are really good. I thought the burgers were going to be trash because it's like a gimmick restaurant, but like the burgers are really, really pretty good. And there's a little model train that runs around, and it's got little, the little flatbed train cars. They have baskets on there, and the food gets delivered to your table on this little model train. And my daughter lost her goddamn mind. Like, on the train ride there, she's like, oh, we're going so fast. And I'm like, yeah, dude. And she's like, a tree, a car, a tree. And I'm like, yeah, dude, what else do you see? And so she was like, just like going crazy on the ride there. And then once we got into the restaurant, she's like, oh, it's coming to us. And like, the train comes up and keeps going. And then she goes, oh, there it goes. And every single lap, she goes, oh, it's coming to us. She was so excited the whole time. And like, I had to keep telling her, like, don't put your hands on the track. Don't put your hands on the track. Don't put your face on the track. Why are you putting your face on the track? And the dude came by and he's like, you ever put your tongue on a 9-volt battery? And I'm like, oh, of course I have. He's like, this thing's 16 volts. I'm like, oh my God. Like, Nora, don't put your face on the fucking track. And yeah, man, it was great. She had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Got to see my dad. My dad's doing good. And he brought me more coins. My dad was a coin collector. And he decided, because he's going to die soon, and I'm like, great, Dad, that's a great decision to make. He decided to give me all of his coins because he's like, I don't want you to have to deal with them when I die. I'm like, so I got to deal with them now, huh? But I got, yeah. And then he has the balls to say, I don't plan to die for a long time. I'm like, really? And you're giving me the coins now? And anyhow, I got all these coins now, and like I was looking through them. There's some pretty fucking cool ones in there, man. But so I got a lot of coins. If you come to rob my house, the coins are where the money's at. And what else? What else? Oh, my pitch got accepted for a book. So, yeah, my first one. It's a print book. I've got like a thing that I'm already working on that's going to be like not for print. It's like a PDF thing. But this is going to be a print Shadowrun book. Coming up probably around this time next year, maybe a little bit earlier than that. I've got a decent chunk of it. Very, very excited. And I pitched some weirdo ideas. And they're very handsome, very intelligent, very brave, and man of great foresight and wisdom and kindness read it and said, this isn't too terrible, and let me put it in there. So I'm going to be writing that stuff on top of the other things that I'm working on. And
I can't believe they accepted your werewolf erotica expansion for Shadowrun.
I told you it's not disclosure agreement, dude. You can't say.
We're gonna have to cut that.
Werewolf911truth.gov. Look it up, okay? Werewolves can melt steel beams.
And
I feel like
the
that's a
steel
real
beams of your
website.
heart.
Oh, I still remember the shirt he had.
But yeah, so I got that coming up. That's really excited. It's going to be, are you able to beep stuff out? Because it'd be funny. It's going to be called...
Beep. There you go.
All right, great. Fantastic. I don't know. I'm not allowed to say what it's called. But it's coming, and it's going to be awesome. And I'm very excited. And, like, I like Shadowrun. I think you guys might know that about me. Man, the stuff that's coming down the pipes is exciting. Like, there's some really cool shit on the horizon. I am so pumped. And it's so cool to be able to be a part of it. And, like, man, like, I'm in here, and I'm talking to these other people that I'm like, your name is in a bunch of my books. Your name is in a bunch of my books. And they're all like, I like your idea. And I'm like, me? And the guy's like, it reminds me of this thing. I like it. And I'm like, oh. It's fucking weird. It's surreal. But I'm excited about it. And,
Yeah. That's awesome.
And also, lastly, I'm going to take up this whole fucking thing. Somebody whose name I currently don't remember recommended that I check out this Kentucky bourbon barrel beer that I looked up and was not available in my state, but the good people at Garfield's Beverage Warehouse are able to reach out and get stuff that does. If you have a beer that you want to try, go to Garfield Beverage Warehouse and tell them, and they'll probably be able to get it for you. So I got that person that recommended this to me. It is potent. Thank you. 12%.
Ooh.
Fair enough. Speaking of being potent, it's me, Aaron, also known as Poultrygeist. Yeah, forever young virile. I'm still a millennial. It's never going to change. What else is going on in my life? Honestly, my wife saw me playing Divinity 2 and then asked me so many questions about it. I started a new game, and the two of us are actually playing it together.
Oh, that's so cool. I am so jealous.
So she runs around and loots everything and talks to every NPC in the world 3 or 4 times, and then she hands me the controller whenever it comes down to combat.
That is the exact same experience I had with my wife. For the 2 sessions, I was able to convince her to sit down and play this video game with me.
Nice.
She's like, I like the looting. And I'm like, me too. Like, let's do combat. She's like, I don't care. And I'm like, just jump behind him and stab him.
That's fair. But yeah, and then also I've gotten back into Hearthstone. I've been secretly playing Hearthstone for a couple of months now, on and off. But I got I have an addiction to the Battlegrounds mode. And so yeah, like I just broke 7,000 rating on that, and my goal is to get to 8,000, which would make me top 5% of players in the world. So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there before the end of the month, I think.
Any higher, you're gonna have to start putting money in.
He's beating up a lot of people in children's card games. That's
It's not a children's card game. It's a card game for everyone.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Sorry.
Did you
fair enough.
guys? Did you guys ever? I don't know if you guys know this or not, but they had like a physical World of Warcraft card game. It's very similar to like Magic the Gathering for a little while. I think they ran that thing for maybe like 2 or 3 years. It was really good. That's it. That's my story.
Fair enough. speaking of stories, we're in the middle of telling our very own.
Ooh, we're in the middle. You hear that, guys? The middle.
Yeah, we're not. We're at the end of telling our very own. Just about.
What?
But yes. In the city of Duskfall, a certain group of people known as the Soul Seekers have taken over a university. I've slowly started to open it up and actually teach classes. They got the school accredited. What else has happened? Oh yeah, they destroyed a large section of the Ministry of Preservation and teleported the museum down below the city to an area that only they know about. There is where they had a moment where they got to talk about their dead friend Albatross. Myre told a dirty lie to her friends.
What was this lie?
Said that she didn't know where the heart went.
But you did?
Oh. And everyone bought it except for maybe one person. But we'll come back to that. What we do know is that after that, a lot of stuff happened, but there was a lot of info dumping. They learned a little bit about their own god. They learned a little bit about what's going on and what's coming their way as the Empire has decided that they need to reclaim the city. The city council has made a motion, a declaration that they are going to become an independent city-state, and the Empire is responding. And we did some downtime, and we're going to kind of pick up and continue that downtime. Though right at the end of the last session, they actually received a pardon.
Oh.
And the UIs are expected to meet with the Bluecoats.
That sounds like a trap.
Yes.
That sounds like you're going to get a free boat.
They are somewhat on our sides. They are
What?
less neutral to us. I rolled 4 6s for my
Oh,
incarceration.
dude, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
That was the first roll of last session. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, how are you doing in prison? And it's like, pretty tops. So
Literally the
and they're
best.
kicking you out now?
that's
sucks.
it, right?
That's like-
It was too
they-
powerful.
Like,
You're
you're
gonna
too
have
good
to
at
make
this
some more
prison
petty
stuff.
crimes.
You don't need to be here.
Yeah, you guys are getting too powerful in prison. I had to take Faye out.
Out of prison. Wow. So you decided to be buddies with those guys. That's impressive.
It's a war.
And then they let you out. Well, I guess, pays to be friends.
Yeah.
War never changes.
No worries. I am looking for names, so give me one moment. But that is where we left. But I do want to quickly check in with Ludes. Ludes, what have you been up to since the heist?
I don't know how much time has passed.
I mean, we're kind of ebbing in and out of different scenes, so we can pick up
days,
like
week.
Well, like it could be like immediately afterwards. It could like after you discover that the heart is gone and you saw Albatross's dead body again, or it could be like a couple days later, a week later. Yeah, it's
man.
probably been at least 2 weeks on and off as
In
people
total.
are finding information.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to kind of answer too, like there was a moment where Chusa had interrogated both Myre and Ludes to figure out a bit more of what happened to Albatross in that moment.
What did Lude say? Because I don't know what he would have said.
He was there. That's it.
That's it? That's fair. Yeah. Oh, man. How long after the whole thing did Myre decide to lie about things?
Pretty quickly.
Damn
Yeah.
it. Like immediately?
Did anyone- did anyone
When they
actually
got home?
ask? I don't think you guys actually
There was moments where
No one-
like
I don't think
No.
anyone directly asked her.
No, what you said is I don't know what happened, and your voice
That's a lie.
even rose. as you did it. That was the part that was a lie.
Okay.
No one said, Myre, what did you do?
Yeah.
So
Why didn't it work? I don't know. It's like, well, it wasn't.
I don't
That
know. Like, oh yeah. Okay. And everyone believes her except for the one guy who's not a jerk. Oh man.
But-
Yeah, I gotta find out. Ludes is gonna go sneak up on Myre while she's trying to do something that requires attention and focus. And while she's doing that, he'll sneak up on her.
Probably
As he does.
reading.
Probably reading or like trying to like something like I would
She's
imagine
been doing
like,
crazy
with-
research, so I imagine during that time. So yeah.
Oh, I was just
That
imagining
works.
like with like a little like flip down magnifying lens over the one eye and the tiny screwdriver and trying to like put something together that's very, very tiny. And then Ludes behind you, puts his hand on your shoulder and spooks you as he does. Like
I fucking told you people about sneaking up on people! Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I'm quiet, okay? I'm trying to be courteous. You look
We
like
are
you're busy. I
literally,
didn't want
we go out and we do dangerous shit all the time, and you think it's a good idea to sneak up and just surprise us? No, that's a
I
terrible
didn't
idea.
want to disturb you, but I got questions. I gotta talk to you about something. There's
What?
with the whole thing that happened. I mean, we got that guy. I don't even know his real name. Died. Looked like that other guy killed him.
Albatross?
Yeah, I don't know his real name, but that's not a real name. That's like a bird. But he died, and that was pretty fucking weird. It's like lightning bolts and like weird shit happening. But we teleported the building, and the heart was gone. And when you said you didn't know, but like I know you know. What the hell happened? What happened?
What are you talking about? I don't like. Do you know how complicated these magics are? And how powerful the heart is. I don't know what streams got crossed or whatever.
Look, come on. It's me. You could tell me. I know you know something. I mean, but we're friends. Thought you could tell me.
I don't know. I told you I
Yes,
don't know it.
It's not like you stole it from us or something, just, what went wrong?
I can't tell you what went wrong because there's, like I said, it's very complicated magic. I don't know.
I can smell the lies.
Oh, really? I didn't think you could smell it over all that drugs you take all the time chilling out in your...
Drugs they're odorless. They're totally odorless. You know that. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's just your natural musk, I suppose.
Yeah, it's pretty ripe. But, I can smell the lies. They smell like bitter cheese.
All right, she's gonna suddenly just stand up and grab him by the collar, listen, you, we don't. There is some shit going on around here, and I don't particularly think it's a good idea to start bodybuilding a nice demon in the middle of all of it. All right?
I just.
Have you fucking seen what has been going on around here? Fucking everyone's been losing their goddamn minds. What? Tell me. No, you tell me something. What do you know about a yellow cloak?
What? I don't. Nobody tells me fucking anything. That's the problem. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I try to talk to people, and they just don't want to talk to me. And you make plans without me, and then people are getting killed.
Dude, you haven't fucking seen it. You haven't
Seen what?
seen
What?
A cloak or some snake with a light in its mouth?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean,
Holy shit. Oh my god. She just slumps back into the chair.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean,
Honestly, I am
I don't
so
know.
glad that you don't know what I'm
crazy
talking
or if it's
about.
me going crazy, but something's crazy. And
Oh no, everyone no. What we are about to talk about does not leave this room. All right, you have to understand that.
Yeah. I mean, you're my best friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just very oh, Ludes. You slapped me on character with that one.
Genuinely the sweetest character of the whole crew.
I mean, he's still a stalker, but okay.
It's love. It's love. What is stalking other than love persevering?
Crime.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
All right, it's back into character. No, honestly,
Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Honestly, I'm glad you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm not. I wish I knew. I mean, it
A
seems
while
like everyone's
ago,
making all these
alright?
plans, and I'm just.
All right, I'm going to tell you. You
Okay.
shush for a second, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Jeez, you just want me to be quiet. All you gotta do is say be quiet. I'll
Okay,
be quiet.
what did I
Stop
just
talking.
say? What did I just
Sorry,
say?
I'm sorry.
All right, so I got a vision. It was probably months ago at this point from the Weeping Lady, and I saw this cloaked figure in yellow that was approaching different people in our group. There was Vey, there was Albatross and Jacob, and
You mean like that fucking weird guy that we saw that was
Yes!
fighting them?
yes, that was
A big guy?
yes him. And he's all just in yellow now, so obviously there's some fucked up shit going on with that.
You been seeing this guy?
I saw him like once in a vision, and then I haven't seen him around. He's been doing
He never
knows
called back.
God's what. Yeah, he never called back. That was very rude of him. But I still got his hat somewhere. But anyway, that's besides the point. You always do that.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Whew, bring it back in.
No, like, she warned me about how dangerous this being was. I've been trying to look into this, like, this figure. This is not a good thing. And haven't you seen how crazy batshit everyone's gotten? I made them a potion that, like, turned people into demons. They're just like, no, I told them, like, the rats fucking exploded. And they're like, oh, I'm sure that's fine, darling. Don't worry about it. And they used it. I was like, damn, I was going to make it anyway because that sounded fun. But, like, they actually used it.
What? You exploded a bunch of rats and you turned people into demons?
Yes.
I gotta stop doing drugs. I
Listen, I started doing drugs,
I seem
so
to
I don't
keep
blame
missing
you.
a lot of weird stuff.
But no, and then like Vey's been apparently getting really into this whole religion shit too. Like he used to be a pretty guy with a sharp head, but now he's like been way into it, and like his rituals. The last ritual we needed, like specifically needed a sacrifice. And like I know part of it was because of the wards or whatever, but I have no idea what the fuck he's doing in that jail cell.
We should have visited him. That's on me.
We should have visited more.
I should have seen him, I mean, it's like he's probably just lonely, and I feel bad, he's don't tell him I said this, he's my second best friend, so I should have gone in there and
You have
visited
good
him.
taste.
Yeah,
Honestly, but honestly, really, this is some deep shit that we're in right now. Because okay, I don't know how to start explaining this to you, but like, there's two parts.
Explain it like I'm an idiot.
All right. So I believe that the vision we got was originally from the good part of Soul because I liked that part of Soul. So Soul's our god, by the way. Soul.
Okay. All right, hold on. Do you have you got something I can write stuff down? All right. Here.
Do you think I don't have paper and things to write on?
And he licks the tip of the thing, and you notice at this point he's got a brown tongue, and then he starts writing. It's gross. I don't think it's come up before, but it's brown. and his spit is greasy.
That's going to make your messing terribly right. But just absolutely smudgy as all fuck. But all right, whatever. But no, so like that was all good, right? You remember we had like good vibes off it, whatever. But Soul has this other part to him of a shadowy figure, the man in the cloak, who's a fucking nutcase. I need you to understand. He's a fucking nutcase. He wants to die and everyone to die along with him. So if they're all thinking that the man in the cloak is our god or whatever, then if that's who they think is telling them to get the demon parts, I don't want to give the demon parts to that guy.
if a god that wants to destroy everyone and everything wants hearts of an all-powerful demon, I think the good idea is not to let him have it, you know?
I think maybe you've been reading some weird books. And maybe, going through and killing your parents maybe put you in a weird spot.
Oh, fucking dead parents, maybe. I know what I'm talking about. I have... How many books can be all be saying the same thing and then be wrong, huh? How can you... I've been getting things on all sides. It's pointing to this.
So,
You're the one who asked me, and you wanted the truth. This is what the truth is.
So, what happened? Where'd it go? I can still kind of hear it. It's like an echo, and it doesn't go away. And
Why do you want to know?
Because I feel like I need to do something about it.
What do you want to do about it?
I don't know. But if I keep hearing this thing, it's gonna make me go crazy. And it doesn't stop. And I can hear it, and it makes it real hard to sleep. And it's hard to focus on stuff with this noise. And I feel like I need to find it.
I don't see how it being closer would help that. I feel like that would make it worse.
I don't know. I need to find it. I need to figure this thing out. I gotta solve this problem, and I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm gonna break it or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's what we gotta do. Maybe we gotta find this thing and we gotta just stab it a bunch. I don't know. But where'd it go? What happened? I know it's still out there. I can hear it. I can feel it. Right here. Right here, right in front of my ears, next to my eyes. I can feel it. Won't stop.
Ludes, I appreciate that you called me your best friend and all that. I am not sure telling you where it is a good idea.
I guess I'll have to go looking for it then. You'll hear from me in, a week.
Ludes, don't!
Wait
please! I could really use your help with this.
With what? What? What do you need? I asked you for help and you don't help me.
Here.
What do you
Do you know how crazy it feels? Like not knowing if anyone is safe, if anyone else is being taken in by this stupid cloak thing? But knowing that you want...
Shh, shh, shh. And he puts his gross fucking finger right on your lips.
Ew!
Shh. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be here, I'll be here for you. And, I'm sorry about that. I'll be here. I don't know what that means. I don't know where it's gonna go, but, as bad things happen to people when they stick around a lot, and, you want help, I'll help you, and, we'll see how that goes. But, I'll be here. But you gotta tell me where this thing went. I gotta figure this out.
She's like pacing a little, kind of like chewing on her nails, like clearly thinking really hard on it.
You said hard on.
Hey!
God damn it. So, kind of want to interject here because Chusa wants to look for both, well, specifically for Myre.
Yeah, thanks.
Um,
I'll just fuck off.
I mean, look, hold up. Let me see if I could do one thing. I gotta give it a shot here. Lechusa would have quietly tried to walk in. I wanted to roll prowl to see if anybody noticed him. Is that okay?
Um,
I'll attune against it.
Okay.
Just straight up. Oh, $5.
I mean,
Okay.
Also
You both got a partial success.
What does that mean, Doctor?
Okay. Yes, it's me, a physician. This means that right around this moment is when Lechusa comes in. You maybe heard him asking Myre where the heart is, and her refusing to not tell him.
Refusing to not tell me.
Refusing to tell him, sorry.
Okay.
as he
Refusing
opens
Nutella.
as he opens the door, you see him holding a piece of the actual quartz that or a piece of the quartz that was attached to Albatross's arm that has been removed.
Oh, is that the stuff that Skurlock's got?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I just assumed, dude, I'm sorry, I'm going to hijack this for a moment. My wife went on a rock hunting expedition with her friend, and she brought back, 2 5-gallon buckets filled with quartz. Geodes with quartz inside. And
She wants
so,
rocks.
you said, yeah, dude, you said quartz, and I'm like, who cares? I got fucking 10 gallons of this stuff.
So that's
I didn't realize
Skurlock.
it was weird
Skurlock's got
handfuls.
the 2 5-gallon pails.
He's got 2 5-gallon buckets filled with geodes, and he's wearing some real fucking muddy boots, and he's all like, my back is killing me.
Do you have a lot of those weird rings that look like quartz too, just weird necklaces and just a headband?
It's all turquoise. He's decked out in turquoise.
It's Lord Skurlock. When did you start doing Pilates?
When did you move to Florida?
2 centuries ago. I'm the lumberest man in the world.
Oh,
No
This
wonder
weird
Albatross was so goddamn dexterous.
Yeah. But to return back to the scene, Lechusa, you step in and you hear Myre saying, I don't think I should tell you. Where's the heart? I don't think I can tell you. And
Is
Ludes,
this a bad time?
yeah, Ludes is aware
What?
you're there.
Mario.
I think I've met you
jumps
before. You're
and
that
freezes.
guy with the weird... I'm sorry, the weird face.
Yes,
Hi. I don't know if we
met.
Did we meet? I don't. My memory's not too great. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a bad time. We're trying to have a thing here. And are you a student or a faculty? I don't remember.
I'm Albatross's brother.
Who? Oh. I'm sorry. Did you hear the news? The bad news?
This came from his body.
What is? Oh. Why do you have this? Okay.
Ludes, you were there when I took the body. What are you? Anyway,
around.
Man, I got a lot going on, and I got this problem, and I can't really focus right now. So you gotta excuse me.
Because you can feel the beating, correct?
Yeah, it's calling.
Yeah, that's gonna do that. It's
No,
it's a
what
pretty
about this
strong.
thing?
Of course, it's a fairly
What the
strong
hell?
demonic artifact. It's going to keep calling for your attention. It's going to demand for you. It wants you to take its power.
Well,
And I know
then,
where it is.
You know where it is? I'm sorry, Myre. We gotta. If you want me to be with you, you gotta come with me. We gotta get this thing. We gotta get this figured out.
Right.
Like I said, I don't know what that means, but we gotta do it. We'll
If
figure
anything,
it out when we get there.
Myre, I need your assistance. I don't know if it would be good to bring her with, because I have a bit of a request of my own. And if you're willing to help me with this, she might be indisposed. We also need Vay, I guess, since we're all here, I suppose.
It's gonna be awkward.
I mean,
I mean, he is in jail.
I gotta tell you, I have been meaning
a
to
bit
go visit him, but I keep doing drugs, and that makes it real hard to keep a schedule. And
no, you
Why-
can
why
get
do
some
we-
drugs to help you get keep a schedule. I know a girl. I know a gal.
you know a girl that knows some kind of drugs that schedule
I know.
a Schedule 2 drug, maybe. All right, fine. You know what? Let's
We can talk to her about it.
we could just speak and communicate through the waters. What are you? We don't have to visit him.
Hey, it's a little bit different, you know. I mean, that's like it here. Hold, I don't know if you know what it's like when I try. Here, hold on.
Don't shit yourself on my floor.
I was gonna say, cut to like the outside of the prison, and Vay's looking at his watch, and he's like, "I could have sworn that they were gonna come say hi as soon as I got out, but that's all right."
The only wait, no, the only living thing that has come to visit you is Albatross's bird.
No,
that's a little fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to say.
Carissa's alive. Carissa all the time. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up.
Sorry.
She came
Sorry,
twice.
Carissa would have gone to visit.
Twice.
Carissa
She brought
visited
scones.
twice now. But
You bought
scones.
mid bug bread, guys.
I am
Special
going
bug
to say there wasn't much of a welcoming party unless you think that Carissa would have come.
Oh, Carissa would have come if she knew.
I love.
I don't know
I've
if
got
she
this
know,
image.
but if she knew, she'd go.
I've got this image in my head of Vay like getting like walked out and like is like beaming, like excited, thrilled. And like, you know, the people in the prison are like patting him on the back and like reaching through the bars to give him like handshakes as he goes by. And like, you know, somebody's like, take my child, and he's like, no, and you know, he makes
It's like, where
it
did you bring a
out.
child in from?
And don't worry about that. And then like
There's
the
a
gate
maze.
like shuts behind him, and he's outside, and it's nothing. It's like a wasteland, and like a
Super
he's like,
anticlimactic.
where are my friends? And then like a tumbleweed rolls by, and he's like, where are they? And then it starts getting dark, and then there's coyotes. That's
Honestly,
I love that.
I had the exact same thought of it's like everything's great and amazing, and then it's like you're free, you're finally out, and it's like all right, and just like that one breath in, like and then it's awful and gray and
Yeah.
lonely and like
Yeah, you step
raining.
outside. You take your first breath of fresh, free air in the past several months. You look around, and of course it's pitch black because it's always night and dusk fall. It's also raining.
A guy rides by on a bike and hands you a bill. Like, what?
Poorly,
Welcome back.
Adam, I'm trying to. I got a real description here, so that we have the canon one, the not joke one. So, you step outside. It's raining. One of the billhook's corpses is like still bleeding, and it's like as you're like kind of walking down this path, it's like you kind of have to walk around this puddle, like this red puddle in the middle of like a poorly maintained cobblestone road. And we just cut to a letter sitting on Ludes' desk.
Oh no.
It's addressed from Ironhook Prison, and it's just kind of underneath a bunch of other papers and a pile of pills.
That sounds right. That sounds right. I'm sorry, but that's who I am.
That does sound right.
And
I accept
you
these terms.
it's like rolled
You
up
come in-
for drugs.
It's
You
it's
come
like
in
propped
drenched.
underneath something.
Yeah, sorry, Aaron.
Yeah, that's okay. You come in absolutely soaking, drenched. You part the all too familiar sheet. You look inside, and you see that a couple of the dockers, like Marv's buddies, are sitting there, and one of them has like a broken arm. And the rest of them are sitting there with bruises and black eyes, a couple of gashes, and they're getting administered to by the ladies. But you also hear that there's like a heated argument kind of going on behind closed doors upstairs.
Are those dockers still recovering?
No, this is a new thing.
Okay, good. I'm like, man,
No,
like
it's again,
like,
not still. It's again.
they messed up like 2 months ago our time, and like I'm like, there's no way they're still recovering. All right,
It was a hell of a party.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so Vay's gonna make his way up into the room, and he's going to kind of knock as he opens the door, and just be like, "I couldn't help but notice
Holy
that
shit!
carriage was outside. Would
I
have
mean, that
really
makes it easier.
appreciated that."
What? How'd you get out? Did you escape?
Hey, buddy.
Escape. I'm on a roll.
Oh,
What?
I don't know what that means, but it sounds nice.
What? I
Look.
didn't hear anything about this.
Hey.
The
I've been
documentation
meaning
was
to visit you.
sent.
Okay, guys, one at a time.
No.
One at a time.
Never. Nah. That's it. That's all I got. I've been meaning to visit you. I got, things are weird.
Busy times. The Chusa.
Okay. All of you have way too much energy for me right now.
Oh, we always do.
So,
I don't know what group you joined.
I didn't really have much of a choice, given my brother's relationships with you.
Who's your brother? Oh, yeah.
Keep up, Ludes.
Yeah,
I gave you a paper. I gave you a pen and paper.
So, last time we spoke about trust, since we're all here, I think that was a good time as ever to let you all know. There's a really, really bad war coming.
Hey, guys. Vay's back. Oh, hey. What's going on here?
Hey, Merv.
Hey,
what's up?
hey.
The Empire's coming.
Who? The carpet
Oh,
guy?
shit.
They're coming to take back the city.
Over my
Um,
dead body.
I wanted to bring up a few inflection points that I noticed when I was coming back together. The one now speaking out of character, the one I remember was there was a few of them I remember. It was the one at the docks where they were blockading. The one that was the one over just across from.
Yeah, so the Imperial military have blockaded the docks themselves to stop people from coming in. And the dockers have gone to the other docks and taken all of like the mooring equipment down, like they've knocked it down. So the ships cannot land right now.
That's a little concerning.
What else was it?
Citizens
So,
are hoarding food. Skurlock is talking fight or take refuge. Ulf Ironborn is in Coleridge gathering munitions with the Blue Coats.
I missed 1 week.
Yeah.
Holy
The
shit.
whole
stop doing that.
preamble Aaron had at the beginning, but the Imperial
Yeah.
army on the ships with the Emperor themselves, and we're also trainless
Oh.
because the Railjacks have left.
Yes, and Bear and his company from the Foghounds are putting some sort of like they're putting barrels of some sort of blue liquid into the ocean.
What is it?
That's
What's in the blue barrels?
anti-naval.
What's in the blue barrels? I don't know.
With the
Damn, I was
facts.
hoping you would tell me. What the fuck? All right.
And Lord Skurlock is also not particularly. I mean, it seems like Lord Skurlock has a big concern. And the last I remember talking to him, he had issues with my brother. They had made a deal. And I think that deal required him to give him something in return. Given that he had killed a demon before. One that he was very closely affiliated with. Which is why I wanted to speak to you, Myre. I need you to make this quartz into a scabbard. Something that could easily be stabbed into somebody.
Wait,
Well, a
what?
scabbard is what you store a sword in. Do you
Or
want
sorry,
to-
not a scabbard. Sorry, my apologies. I need you to make this into a blade.
All right, makes a little more sense to me. I mean, do you want the sword to shoot things? I don't know why I wouldn't go to like a blacksmith or something.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. What?
I also needed to be
And if you want to
essentially.
be sharp, just give it to Marv. I'm sure you could whack it around.
So essentially, I wanted to be. What I initially wanted to do is I wanted to put it into a form that it could be shot at as ammunition, like just basically making it into bullets. Because I had a plan with Albatross's body, which I'll.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Well, are you okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
So we're getting into some stuff which is like it could be totally just handled as a downtime activity, like describing what it actually is.
which yeah. That
we
was
can just gloss over and be like, you ask Myre for help in crafting some sort of weapon, and then we can talk about what that weapon is if Myre agrees to help you build that weapon.
And like that could be a tinker. There's a few different folks that have tinker too. So
Yeah, he's essentially going to ask for help in creating a weapon, and yeah, that would just kind of be the gist of it for what he would like, the reason why he even walked into the room.
Okay.
Yes, all right, fine. I'll help you make your scab and sword thing, whatever.
Here we go.
Scabboard.
Scabboard.
And unfortunately, Ludes did not. Yeah, the scabboard. Ludes, you didn't get the answers you seek, and in fact, you can hear like that dull, throbbing heartbeat kind of just ringing through your head.
It's making me crazy.
It's making you crazy. Okay, but we have Vay back. My goodness, what was I just thinking? I just said it. What we were gonna do after this conversation, and I totally.
I think it was go to break.
Well, we're just about there.
I need some popcorn.
Yeah. Before we go on break, I want to just check in with Ludes after this conversation. How are you feeling?
I want to say, like, before Ludes, like, as everyone's filing out, she I think, yeah, she'd like kind of grab on to like the back of his coat while everyone's leaving, like nah, you stay back, kind of thing. And then when she's sure everyone's out of earshot, she just kind of whisper,
Not here, but we can talk later, somewhere outside of the school. That's the word. All right.
Yeah, I forget words too. It's okay.
No worries.
Okay, what were you saying?
Well, I was going to ask because you have two free downtime actions that you haven't taken yet. I was going to have you take your first before we go on break.
Cool. If I got two of those, let me take a quick peekaroo at what we've got going on here. I'm gonna use, excuse me, one of my freebies to acquire followers, to finish the acquire followers project. We got one pip left on it.
All right.
Gonna get that done.
That is the
Can't go
most
wrong.
used clock I feel like we've had in this session.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so if you're doing a long-term project, you pick an action roll or describe what you're doing to acquire more followers.
I'm gonna sway. Basically, what's happening here is Ludes is gonna go like, "Come on, don't you wanna survive the coming war? And like, I can show you some weird shit that you've never seen before. And if you don't feel like being a student, you could be a teacher. If you don't feel like being a teacher, I give you some drugs. Come on." I need some more goons.
That doesn't get the children. I don't know what will.
And whereabouts are you doing this? Are you back in Charter Hall trying to lure more students away? Or are you talking to people on the street? Like, what's the?
I mean, at this point, we've got a decent amount of college kids, right? So why not
mix it up a little bit?
some? Yeah, let's mix it up. Let's get some people from I don't know, the wilderness, the fucking crazy demon lands outside, all the way up
On the edge
beyond
of like the border.
fence. Yeah,
Those are my
the Lost
homies.
District.
It's like, hey, look at all my new friends. And they're just like these awful, like.
Don't you guys want to learn how to read? And there's like a bunch of like fucking weird mutants. They're like, like, I'll teach you how to use a fork. You'll know which
You're
one's
like-
the salad fork and which one's for your main encore.
Ludes, I think that one's just a dog. And it's like, that's fine.
That dog is the best one of all.
Can I just like interject like Lechusa going with him like with him as a supporting cast, like not to do anything important, just to translate and be like, yeah, back at the weird demon characters
Oh,
to try to recruit them in.
You're actually going out into the Deathlands to like recruit?
No, fuck no. No, that was a joke. That's what we call a joke. Probably some people from outside the prison, some of the tougher, hardier folk, Ludes people. You know?
Okay.
Now you go to the prison.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna go down to Dunslow. I forgot about it. You know, I saw your face and it reminded me right away, so I'm heading down there now.
Yeah.
It's a shame you're not down there. I would have gotten lunch with you. You know, but now, you know.
So you go to that.
Dunslow. Yeah.
Okay, so you head to that same tent city, which in the very first episode, you and Vey held some people at gunpoint to steal their clothes.
Yeah.
This is a group of hardworking people. They're eel farmers. They're also like quarry, like a lot of them work in the quarries. They're
Quarriers,
free people. Yeah, they're free people, but they obviously live in like borderline destitute things. And so even though you're kind of weird and that message might not carry well with certain crowds, this is your crowd. And it is enough that you have filled out and then actually filled out one section on the rotating clock. Some of them do agree. The part that gets them is that you say that you have a place for them to stay.
Got a place for you to stay. I'm gonna teach you some stuff. Provide you with some shelter. And I'll tell you this. We got fireplaces that'll be warm when the winter comes.
Yes.
All you gotta do is just not say anything about the weird shit that goes on. And once in a while, you might have to hide a body.
That alone maybe causes some of them to second guess, but you have a couple of very there's like a couple of families that do agree to come with you. And so we have like probably like I'd say about 9 or 10 people coming in total. You bring them, you give some of them work, some of them choose to go to school. All in all, like it's actually quite a good thing that you've done for these people, as unconventional as it may be. I want to take a moment before we go on break to go back and Marv, you notice that the crew that's been hanging out at the library or at the school with you guys, all those dockers, probably about 3 or 4 nights ago, they didn't come home. They went out to the bar, they just didn't come home.
It happens sometimes. I mean, I can find out, but if they're not coming back, I'll look into it.
Yeah. And so 3 nights ago, you go, oh, they don't come back. Who cares? 2 nights after that, you decide that maybe you should go and see where they're at.
Yeah.
You find them in the Silk Shores. Takes you a bit of tracking down, but you start going bar to bar and asking around. It seems that they've partied their way across town doing some sort of pub crawl over the course of several days.
That is impressive. That's classic. It's like, Stevie's always doing that kind of thing, and like he's gonna get into trouble one day. That is a funny guy. I gotta find him though, because he's gonna get into trouble.
And you do eventually find them. And the one thing that your father always said, and your father, not a kind man, but he always gave sensible advice.
That's true.
You found that he always said, just don't go to party. And if you're going to go to the bar, don't go to the Silk Shores. You can't afford it. And the punishment for skipping out on a bill is a lot higher than most. When you find them, Marv, You find them in the basement of a well-known establishment called the Gilded Horn. One of them has a broken arm and is strapped to a table. And the rest of them are just being beaten occasionally. They've been there for probably about 6 or 7 hours. It seems that the bouncers at this establishment have taken to beating the shit out of your comrades.
Marv does not remember how they all got back to the school.
That's fair. And I'm going to show you this because this is your entanglement. Gang trouble. They have caused trouble due to their flaws. You can lose face. So you're going to lose some rep. You can make an example out of one of the gang members, or your face reprisals from the wrong party.
Reprisals for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
We will come back right after the break and deal with the reprisals. I'm happy to say that Marv beat the shit out of these bouncers and got his men out of there.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
That's fair.
I say one thing really quick. No one has to react to it. I just want to say real quick. Krisha's just walking down the hallways one day, and then she looks down, she sees Vay, and she's like, "Ah, what's you here?" And that's it.
Aw.
She drops her teacup.
Just drops everything. She's like, "Ah!"
It's like
walks away quickly.
Everything in her romance movie that like she was waiting for. This is that moment. This was that moment. It starts playing like really soft romantic music.
I'm gonna say she drops, she gets embarrassed, and she just runs away.
Love it. And as Carissa runs away, we go on break. Ladies and gentlemen at home, enjoy some RC Cola. Enjoy this advertisement. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Just before the break there, we were talking about the entanglement that I rolled last week. Decided to have it go off now. Marv discovered that that several of the dockers had been on some sort of pub crawl and made their way to the Silk Shore, where at which point they tried to skip out on a bill, and he found several of his men, probably about 4 or 5 of them, to be honest. Yeah,
could have been one
in the basement of one of these brothels / bars, just getting the shit kicked out of them by one of these men, by the bouncers of this establishment. We will look very quickly at what the entanglement for gang trouble actually says. One of your gangs causes trouble due to their flaws, which in this case would be the wild flaw. You can lose face, forfeit rep equal to your tier +1. Make an example of one of the gang members, or face reprisal from the wronged party. After the piece, then that's just an example. So we can face reprisals from some people out in the Silk Shores. Make an example of one of the gang members. Or you can lose face. And in this case, because you don't have any rep to lose, it means that we would lose 3 faction status.
Ooh.
With one or more groups. Because you have
mean
no
like
rep to
3
lose.
split up between multiple, or like
Yes.
3 from multiple groups?
No. It would be 3 pips total, whether
Gotcha.
they're from the same one or from multiple. But yeah, like your bad reputation, this is going to rub some people the wrong way. Or face reprisals, which we can then get into.
So it's either they're pissed off or they do something.
Yeah. It's either like they're pissed off and they may cause problems in the upcoming score. Or like as in like or whichever crew that they kind of get up against you guys might cause problems in the upcoming score. Or you can make an example of one of the gang members.
No, that's not happening.
All right. Yeah. Or you can face reprisals, and the consequence would be immediate. And remember, you can resist any consequence in the game.
Oh, I accidentally did the wrong thing when I moved my mouse. All right, so yeah, let's make it more complicated in the next mission.
Okay, well, so then that would be the subtracting faction status from people.
Okay.
Is what I mean. So depending on who we lose faction status with.
Yeah.
Who
is it?
Well, we're gonna kind of go over that right now.
Okay, let's do that.
We'll do someone from the Railjacks because they're not here.
Yeah, fuck them.
No. What I think it will be is it will be a -2 with the Silk Shore citizenry.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
And a minus. Ooh, not from the Leviathan Hunters. And we're gonna do -1 with the Dimmer Sisters.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Dimmer Sisters is where Myre went to get that book from that old lady who just seemed to know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And like we've talked about them so much, but never actually really engaged that much. So kind of cool if we want to like set them up as someone that we have to go against.
Yeah. So narratively, what that looks like is, Marv, you don't recall what happened, but your men do, and there's a certain level of apprehension that they meet. They have trouble meeting your eyes afterwards.
Did I eat somebody?
No, he didn't eat it.
I don't want to know. Oh, well, all right, good. I don't want to know.
But over the next little bit, as you guys are going about doing your regular supply runs, you guys actually have to go to Barrow Cleft to get like food and things like that. Actively, you can see signs that says the Soul Seekers are not welcome here on several of the establishments in the Silk Shore area.
Cool.
Is what that looks like.
We'll let the Imperium deal with those guys.
That's fair. But yeah, so that is out of the way. I just didn't want to forget that we have an entanglement. We dealt with one of your downtime actions there, didn't we, Adam?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to quickly check in with Ethan. Ethan, do you have any more additional downtimes? It's going to be 1 coin per downtime. We have no rep to spend.
I do. Yes. And I know how the coin works. And so Drillbit is going to find himself feeling a little low on charge. And so he's going to go and make his way to the closet where it was set up for him to go in and recharge and kind of hook into the network. And so he'll
Are you jacking on in there?
What happens in the closet stays in the closet. But he's going to go and just kind of like backs up and shuts the door and kind of engages with the circuitry, but not a lot of juice is flowing through, and it's pretty dud. And so after kind of getting out, he kind of makes his way out to the front, and everything looks right in his setup. And so he's going to make his way over to Charter Hall, where with the upcoming war, there have started to be brownouts with different amounts of power being sent out. And so he's going to kind of make his way up to the front counter of what is a reception area and, inquire as to why the facilities in 6 Towers are not receiving power.
Oh, I didn't know that was happening, but now it is. Yeah, well, what do you want? What do you want? Like, the people in 6 Tower, they don't need the power as much as we do.
You might say
what are they
that
doing?
we are crucially needed as part of the war efforts, and it is imperative that the power is turned on to get adequate preparation for the upcoming battle.
Yeah. And you're currently in one of the Sparkrite offices, at nearby the Sparkrite tower, but you're not in the Sparkrite tower.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're gonna have to take a number, and you look and you see that there's probably 40 people waiting in line to field complaints about the lack of power.
Look at Drillbit fucking going up the social ladder here, fucking going from stealing from the towers to waiting in line at the fucking DMV. Being like, just fucking, it's like next.
Yeah. I want what? So you're going to be able to clear your stress either way, but I want you to make a gather information roll. Now you've established this as fact, and so now I'm going to make it fact. But let's see how bad the fact is.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. We're gonna survey the city, and we got a 4.
Okay. So it could be worse. It could definitely
Survey
be worse.
says.
The survey says that most of the city is experiencing brownouts. It's actually the power is being transferred mostly to White Crown.
That's not good. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Typical.
Next, we'll steal their power plants.
However,
There you go.
you do find that after waiting in line long enough, that she agrees that you can use their facility because it's linked directly to the Sparkrite Tower, and they understand the importance of charging your hulls. It only took you about 8 hours of waiting.
And
Nice.
I mean, coin-wise as well. Why don't? Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, and that's where the coin gets spent.
Oh, 8 hours of waiting and a coin. I see how this plays out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they do it
yes.
for about a
Bureaucracy,
week's
am I
worth of
right?
pay.
Yeah, so fully charged and quite frustrated. He'll make his way back.
Yeah, and then I want to go over to Dio. Now, Dio, when you were talking to Myre there, you were talking about crafting some kind of weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look at the rules for crafting. Rule stuff, downtime rules,
What if
crafting.
so? What if I wanted to create a bit of a light system?
A bit of a light system?
Yeah.
What
So
does that mean?
okay, and hear me out. Lechusa has all the notes that Albatross has been using to create that room. There's a specific time of day.
Okay, yeah. You're talking about like the parlor room that that Albatross had, where the lights kind of at a certain time of day, the room lights up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What he wants to do, I mean, I don't want to. I guess I don't want to give out the goose away yet. But
Well-
is it fine if I talk to you about it beforehand? It's
Yeah. Well, okay, so is this a crafting thing that you're going to be using during scores, or is this a flavor thing?
It was. Okay, so it involves the quartz. That's all I really want to give away, and I mean it also involves that thing. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
I'm gonna get away at
what's
this
the
point.
end goal? What you want an item? You want to use it as part of a spell? What are you trying to do?
Is it flare or are you getting a buff? I think is what Aaron's asking. Because if it's a buff, you have to do
Yeah,
it.
you don't tell
ahead
me
of
what the buff
time.
is until we go to roll it.
I mean,
Because
actually,
that's
no,
going to
this-
set the difficulty of what it is. Ultimately, you can't keep me in the dark about it. I have to know what it is so I can set the thing.
Okay, so essentially, what Lechusa wants to do is there's this very specific time where that happens. He wanted to recreate that in the middle of the city in a small form factor, but in terms of where it's being contained, it wouldn't be, but it would just spit out. And what I wanted to do was set like a lens system to hit the action to
So
set the.
I'll stop you there. That could be done as part of a flashback. Okay. So that would be like an action that you make in the middle of the score, and when you want to unveil what that is, you would just be like, I'm going to spend, like I would set a stress level depending on what you want it to do and how tense the scene is in the moment, and you would just make the roll then to see how well it works. Okay. So, and then that way, you can do it as group action and all that stuff too. Without using up any of your downtime actions or spending coin. What you could do if you want is do an acquire assets downtime activity to see if you can get the stuff you need to activate this plan, and we don't have to go into what that stuff is.
Okay.
And that way, it won't cost you during the score, and it might not cost you any coin other than the one that you spend to do the extra downtime.
Okay. And I wanted to do a ritual, but let me get back to you on that one.
Okay. Myre.
Me?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily Myre. It could be Shiova. What are you guys up to?
Oh, I'm thinking.
Bad choice. Don't think.
Right. So how much
just
does
do
it? How much does it cost to increase your status with a faction?
It may not cost. It depends on which faction and how you describe what you're doing. Now I understand that we don't have time to do a long-term project, and so you have to tell me which faction, and then I'll we'll kind of ad-lib it here. But why don't you tell me about how you might go about boosting your status with a faction?
Well, we just dug up the other half of the Weeping Lady statue. I was thinking, like, hey, you ladies, you want this back?
Hey, ladies.
Oh, you're gonna give them back their statue?
No one else seems to care about the statue. They let it run around in the yard. We're not
You
using it.
keep giving away our stuff.
You're not a really.
That's how we make friends, guys. If you guys don't care
No.
about making friends,
No
you
friends,
out here
just stuff.
destroying
Okay. I'll give you. That is enough, right there, that you would be able to move up to allies with the Weeping Ladies. But going to turfs, we are going to lose the offeratory.
Whatever.
Because
it
that is
doesn't matter at this point.
No. We got money. We need friends.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so now you're all about friends, not stuff.
We could have more
You know
money.
what?
though,
I'm not
Adam.
into you giving away our stuff without discussing it with the team. But now that you're discussing it with the team, go for it. I think it's a great idea, but ask first, please. I'd like to be included.
Fair enough. So yeah, we lose the turf. We return that claim back to its rightful owners. How do you go about doing that?
Sorry.
Like it doesn't have to be complicated. It's going to work. Just like, I want to role play it for a second here.
Well, like I said, I think it was near the end of that one episode, or at some point. Well, when was it? I don't know. Well, Myre got the ladies, the Weeping ladies together. We were digging the statue out of from underneath the roots, and then probably got it up on on the goat cart, and maybe threw a burlap sack on it. So we were like, "Don't look at us! We ain't doing nothing. Don't worry about it." And then just kind of showed up a little bit unannounced because Myre doesn't do forewarning, I guess.
That's fair. So you show up with the Weeping Ladies. So is the statue in the back of the carriage with the goats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the goats' names?
I don't remember.
Polly and Shore.
I know we named them.
Vincent Van Gogh and Billy the Kid. All right, fine, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Vince Van Gogh and Billy the Kid pull the statue up. The ladies, the whalers outside see it, and they actually stop their whaling. One of them goes inside, and moments later, several people, including that tall person wearing like the full like belt outfit, like head to toe, like you can't even see their eyes. That woman, she steps outside and she picks up the statue, wrapping her long arms around it. You see her arms are like unnaturally long.
Oh.
And she just does like a little squat, and it comes off the carriage, and she drags it inside by herself.
Yeah, have fun with that.
So that happens, and they invite you inside, and you see.
I would
like
hope so.
Yeah, you see like an older woman, the same one that Vay has spoken to in the past, where they made some sort of arrangement that got them somewhat favorable to you. To begin with, and she says, "Oh, it's you. You've had a change of heart."
Oh, sorry. I'm sure you know how trying times are coming upon our fair city, and I figure, a little burying of old hatchets seemed like a good idea. And I think who better with than ladies of your medical repute?
Yes.
And I can, I'll also say that I suppose maybe I had a little bit of a change of heart about your lady. I got some good advice from her, so I feel I may as well show my gratitude in one way or another.
Well, I appreciate it. Here, just one moment. You guys are sitting kind of like in the back offices, so she actually opened up that like that hatch, and you guys are sitting in like at a desk like down but underneath the actual church. So you're not surrounded by a bunch of sick people.
Mm-hmm.
She reaches into a drawer and she pulls out like a small satchel. She pulls the strings, she opens it up, and inside is a small glass figurine that looks like yeah, it looks like a goat.
Which
and she
goat?
hands it to you. It looks like an albino goat because it's pure white.
Oh.
It's
alabaster goat.
Yeah. And she hands it to you.
All right. Takes it.
You would know that this is a demon bane charm. So you have a pair of those, but that this is a tier 5 demon bane charm.
Ooh.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. So that's a couple of demon bane charms floating around. I don't know if Vay still has his or not.
Didn't
Oh,
come
did he
into the
break it?
prison. No, like so. They had
You
it.
gave
and then
it.
They gave it away at one point when he went into the whole dream sequence.
Yeah, that's what I.
And then
Yeah, but
I don't know if it was
you did get it
We
back.
never established.
Oh,
yeah, like I
okay.
got it back,
Yeah.
but we kind of.
That's what confused me.
I don't know if
Yeah,
he was still.
I
using
hand waved
then.
it. I was thinking about being a dick and then making you go back and get it from him, but I just was like, nah. But yeah, so you do have a pair of Demon's Bane charms. His the one that you have
That was
is
a
tier 4,
4. Yeah,
and this is a tier 5.
it's not like we're gonna have to fight demons the next few sessions, though. We're good.
Yeah, I'm just saying that for no reason. But yes, you do get that. Spend the 1 coin for the downtime action. That'll represent the loss of some income as you guys are no longer receiving offerings from them.
That hurts. That hurts the most.
Out of all the things that have happened, this is the most painful.
And
Are we
we're
working
almost
off
set
that?
to retire. Sorry, go ahead, CJ.
I'm sorry. I was asking if we were marking off the extra one that was floating around or in my stash.
Oh, I
you
already
can just
put it
float.
on Lude's character sheet.
Oh, okay. I'll leave in mind.
You
then.
want it
That's
back?
okay. No, that's okay.
You know, all right, good. I don't want to.
I don't know if Ludes would do well with the Demon Bane charm. I feel like he's like partially demon
No.
himself with all
There's a
the
lot of
wood.
Kakarot people are not demons.
What are you saying? What's it?
I will
Oh,
say
you're
this:
saying I look
Kakarot
like-
people are not demons. They are not
Yeah.
affected negatively by Demon's Bane charms. Other than that, they don't like them. Like it's not.
That's just
something that the
coincidence.
People do.
It's just
Just-
like
I
uncomfortably
just
Uncomfortably
think
warm.
it's
uncomfortable.
tacky. I can stand next to it all I want.
I just don't want to.
Speaking of Adam, what is your next downtime action?
Marv needs to. Oh God, he needs to go to the fucking doctor. He's still got scratch pits.
He's still got scratch pits. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You can do it in one. Here. Who are you going to see?
Oh, God damn it.
I mean, you can go check out the Weeping Ladies.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, he'll party with them for a little while. Hey,
Yeah, no worries.
you help me out. My arms are ripped. I don't mean the muscles. I mean, look underneath. My armpits are all scratched to shit. I fought this crazy vampire woman. I squished her. I'm still hurting.
That's fair. They take you down to one of the beds.
Oh, I didn't realize it was gonna
They
be like
they
that.
lay you down and then they strap you down and like cover your mouth.
Hey,
Like as
I'm-
you like are starting to talk to them, they can tell you're flirting with them. Their bedside manner is not the safest. They're just like, no, it's fine. He'll live. And they get to work at doing that. I'll make a fortune roll for them. That's with 2 die. It's critical.
Ooh,
So yes, it is completely healed.
that was nice.
You're welcome for making friends.
And normally that would completely heal you and then push you into the next thing, but
There's nothing-
you don't have a next thing. And so I'm gonna very quickly.
I'm like, is he gonna get a little trinket for his visit too? Like going to McDonald's? It's like, here's your little meal.
Here's a lollipop.
Give him a demon's boner charm.
They will not give you a trinket, but on your way out, you will get basically. I'm gonna make it so that is a free downtime action. Like you get another free downtime
Ooh.
action.
He's
That'll
gonna
be
try
what
to
the
relieve some
critical
stress.
There you go.
And I'm hoping that I get less than 5.
All right. Well, let's
You have
see that
0
roll.
die.
If you
And then
get
tell me where
lost
you're
right before
going.
the last episode.
Yep.
We're gonna go talk to Marlene.
Yeah, I'll talk to you with my fist.
Yeah.
But in a way that's fun for both of us.
Well, you
Oh,
didn't get
that's
hot.
something.
Yeah. You cleared
One.
one stress.
Nice.
Ooh.
Look, my heart's not in it. You know, I felt like maybe we could fight, and it's just not doing it. You know, I gotta tell you, sometimes when we get, we fight and then things get a little weird, and that's fine. But I gotta tell you, I think I met somebody else I like to get weird with. These women. Oh man, they strapped me down and they put all these painful chemicals in my armpits and it hurt. They didn't seem to care that it hurt. They kind of, I don't know if this is working out the way I want it to. I like to fight and I like to, but, they hurt me. There been a way you
Marlene?
haven't in a long time.
Marlene is listening to you, and she's just like, Marv, what the fuck? Why are you telling me this?
I don't know. I just felt like I needed to. And I gotta tell you something else. Your left hook needs work. I'm gonna go.
Damn.
You, yeah, part of the reason why it doesn't feel so good is because you see that she legitimately has her feelings hurt. That you've
That's
expressed
weird.
that there's other women that you prefer, and that she doesn't have a good left hook. She looks visibly upset.
Look, it's not you. It's the left hook.
Shut
She
the
was
fuck
prepared
up,
for the
Marv.
pain of the fist, but instead you gave her pain of the heart.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you punch somebody in the face. Sometimes you punch them in the heart.
But yes, so Marv, you got some, not very much stress, but you got some stress dealt with.
I feel confident
Yeah.
going into the next thing with only 3 stress on.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Not bad.
You're not like a vampire or anything. You don't, or a ghost. You don't have anything that
What?
costs like 6.
No.
All right. So then we'll go back to Dio. Dio. So we had downtime actions. Is there, like, you talked about doing, so it doesn't matter who rolls it, but you have talked about turning that quartz thing into a weapon. Would you like to have that done?
So I've been kind of rethinking the actual quartz as a weapon and more of a
Okay.
idea. Skurlock had a gem that he needed to, like, he was panicked when he saw him in that moment, right? Like he had he had the quartz. He looked like he had a worried look. He ran off with it.
When we left him at the end of last session?
No, when Lechusa came together.
Yeah, I think you saw that he was worried, but I wouldn't say
Okay.
panicked. You've definitely seen him more panicked.
Okay. So he was just concerned. Like he was just like he was just like
Yeah.
just looking around or not even looking around, but like just
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
The vibe that you would have gotten is that it looks like he's preparing. That he does have concerns. I mean, like, he's very powerful, but there is an army coming, and it's
Yeah.
partially his fault.
Like, the vibe I got was that he's taking up the quartz remains of the demon in order to bring them back, or something to that effect, which I could be totally way off base, but that's how
Good.
I interpreted that.
Yeah. So yeah, is there any more downtime actions that Lechusa would like to take? I guess is my next question to you there, Dio.
So I've been thinking about rituals. And in this case, I might want to take a few. But to keep it short, he wants to acquire all the assets for the to do 2 specific things. One for the ritual and one for the for the item that he wants to use for story purposes.
Okay.
The one of them is kind of got to be like what Lechusa is curious about is that if he got the quartz, is Albatross still around? Is he still a problem?
No, Albatross is dead. Like he is not on the material or the ghost plane.
And is he trying to revive it?
Yeah. I will say that you know that Albatross cannot be revived by Lechusa. Like, I'm going to say that is impossible, so that you do not waste your time going down that road.
Okay. then a ritual would probably be the route that I want to take.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the ritual. So there are rules for this. I'm going to show you the rules. If you click there and then you click on rituals, we don't need to find a ritual source because you have a special ability that you know one ritual. I ask, what does the ritual do? And how is it weird?
Love that prompt.
It would be surgically placed and controlled by the spirits that Lechusa has within him.
So what does the ritual do?
It allows him to control Albatross's rifle arm.
Okay, sure. And how is it weird? And what that means is this is going to have a side effect. And what is that side effect? So the side effect could be that the arm doesn't attach to your arm. It could be like a thing from the Addams family.
Ooh,
It's just acting on its own.
That's fucking rad. I hate it. I love it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
For real.
Because remember, because you could just go and craft or have someone do it for you and just cut off your arm and attach it just like Albatross did. But this is a ritual. It's got to get weird.
Yeah. Wait a minute. No, fuck it. He's not the whole body.
Oh, like a
Wait, what?
Okay.
What are they called?
So you want to reanimate the body?
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna mecha Albatross?
Kind of, but what I want to do is make it where it's a bracelet chain, essentially connecting and attuning Lechusa to the body itself, because he's able to reanimate the body he is currently in with the souls that he's connected with.
Okay, I misunderstood you. I thought you made
happening?
turn Albatross's body into like a meat bracelet.
Fun fact for everybody: everyone that died inside of the caravan, like when the caravans were coming, they have all been essentially put into Lechusa's chest. He just is the dominant personality.
It's like a Full Metal Alchemist Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to be able to control Albatross's body.
Yes.
Okay.
And the downside would be
That it's a fucking corpse shambling
Yeah,
around.
the conspicuousness of a body.
I mean,
no, this actually is going to affect the caster, and so I'll give you an example. One of them would be, an example would be that where I should be, it does not exist anymore as a result of casting the spell. Another might be, that your hair always smells like it's burned. What I think,
Deal breaker.
Blind. Yeah.
because it should be reflective of the magnitude, which we haven't quite decided, but I think as part of this, that people will have a very difficult time meeting you in the eyes. You are difficult to look at now. Not because you're ugly, but because physically, it's
Dude,
almost,
you are hard to look at.
it's almost like as they go to glance over you, they just can't quite pinpoint where you are.
Oh, weird. So, okay, check this out. When COVID happened, when it first was a thing, and everybody was buying masks and shit. I got one of those ones that we found out didn't work, where it's it goes around your neck and you pull it up over your nose. And it was like a series of concentric circles, but it was black, and there was also blue that was a little bit offset, and red that was a little bit offset. So when I pulled the thing up, people would look at me, they're like, "You make me dizzy." And I'm like, "Good, don't look at me." That's it. This is true.
Funny. So is that like with how you're saying that like almost like the collectiveness of the crystal is like less attuned, and so like there's just this like weird like
Yeah.
aura.
There is an X-Men whose power is that when you're not looking at him, you forget he exists. It's a little bit like that.
I don't think it's an X-Men. I think that's a mystery man.
No, he's an X-Man, and actually, he's been part of the crew since the very beginning. It's just that everyone keeps forgetting he's there.
Oh, it's kind of
Which
like
is why you don't
Sentry.
see him until episode like 780 of Uncanny X-Men.
I love
Or,
that.
or
That's like the best character, just randomly throw in the middle of a series. Like, no, guys, I was here the whole time.
Oh man,
Forget
Oh, you
not.
didn't notice? Oh, I'm hurt.
that has some scary implications though, because if nobody's noticing him, I mean,
We're just gonna talk over you for the rest of this whole playthrough.
oh shit.
yeah, and then mechanically that would come into play when you do things like prowl rolls. It may give you an extra die in that regard, but it'll make socializing a lot more difficult. It'll probably give you a +1 die to being hidden, and it will lower effect to probably limited or maybe even no effect.
Any resolve for the most part, except for a tune.
Except for a tune, yeah.
Oh shit, he becomes a ghost in living and in dead.
Yeah. So if we're good with that, then we'll kind of roll with that. You ask me. You gotta ask me this, Adio. What must I do to perform the ritual, and what is its price?
Well, what
You have
must
to
I
ask
do
me
to
the
perform the
question.
ritual? And what is its price?
All right. Well, I am trying.
Like the GM answers, Aaron.
Well, he does, but for some reason, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Magnitude. All right. So, scale. So you're gonna get 0 stress for scale because it's only going to affect 1 or 2 people. Duration. How long do you want this to last for? Because it's not going to last forever. You're going to have to re-perform this ritual, and that will affect. So, a few moments or a week, like all the way up to a week.
How long till the Empire gets here?
Less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But we can have this moment happen within, like, really, like, right up until, like, you could do it like an hour before you guys start going off.
Okay.
It is a warp, so you might have to pick like a day or something.
Yeah, Tuesday sounds nice.
Yeah. So it could be a day, it could be several days.
I think just because he doesn't know how long this is gonna go, he would just ballpark it for like essentially as it's gonna happen for like a week.
Okay. So that's 6 stress. Then we go to range. How close can you be to control this thing? Within reach? All the way to up, all the highest would be across the city. About how far away do you want to be able to remote control your brother's corpse? A dozen paces, a stone's throw, down the road, several blocks away, across the district, or across the city.
Several
Or within
blocks.
reach. Several blocks? So that's 4. So we're coming in a total of 10 stress.
I'm like, Dio, you gotta start looking at this table, man. It's 221.
Oh,
You are
damn.
building up that stress way too quickly, dude.
And then we
have to
go
kill somebody.
to quality and slash force, and in this case it would be force. How strong do you want this to be? Somewhere between weak and devastating.
Devastating. Fuck it. Go all in.
What does
Ties your
devastating
guy
do?
to the brink.
Yeah.
Um,
you
This could
lose
also
some.
be thought of as how durable he is. And how much damage he can output. What's his tier, or what force can you put out into the world?
Devastating's listed as like hurricane wind, molten lava, tidal wave, whereas like
realistically
Sirius is a crushing blow.
Yeah, realistically, you can choose whether he is fairly weak, or in this case, I would do it as brittle. Like, so like if he gets hit once, he's going to shatter. All the way up to I would say 4 would be the max, and at that point he's indestructible.
So he just becomes a force of nature.
Well, for a week.
Okay, and just the kind of recap too. It is rumored that the Emperor was going to make an appearance, right?
You know for a fact that he's going to make an appearance. You saw him.
Oh shit! You're right.
And he saw you.
Oh shit! Good thing I'm preparing for the party.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess how much stress are you willing to take? Up to 4. Pick a number.
So right now I'm at 10. 4 would be more. And I have 1 trauma. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you're going to get traumatized unless you start ritually sacrificing people.
Or there's a little bit too of like, you kind of talked about like range and stuff, and like you could think of like if you tether it back a little bit where it's like, hey, like I'm right by this body, like like a dozen paces, right? That can crunch some things down a little bit. Yeah.
Well, where are the stress costs for that? That's gonna be in like ritual.
That's page 221 of the book, or the core rule book. But okay, so area and scale. You're at 0 for area and scale because it's affecting one body. But the duration is 0 would be a few moments, 6 is a week. That's how long the ritual lasts. Or the effects of the ritual last.
So is it because I'm doing it for a week that it's just that it is 6 stress?
Yes.
Yeah, if you did it like a day, it's 4. So you can knock 2 off if you're like okay with that, of it being there for some of the war.
And I could always recast it again if I need to, right?
Yep. I will say it takes like a downtime action, so like it's not something you can do in the middle of a score.
Okay.
So yeah. So are we saying it's going to last for a day?
I mean, 6 stress would probably be, or the week itself, because taking 2 less stress isn't going to do anything, and who knows how long a war is going to go for.
Okay, so we got a week. And then how far away do you want to be able to control the body from? You said several blocks, which is 4
Let's
stress.
Let's reduce that a little bit. Maybe bring it in. Maybe
a stone's throw.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm into it. So that'll bring it down to 2 stress.
So that was
8 total now. Then we go to quality/force. You can pick anywhere between 0 and 4.
And it bleeds over into the next one, right?
Nope, that's the last one. So we are.
But your stress does, yeah. If that's what you're asking.
Yeah, yes, it does, yeah. So if you traumatize yourself, it's going to bleed over into the next one as well.
I'll do it.
Okay.
So it's 4 stress for destructive, right?
So yeah, it is literally like kind of like a diamond, as hard as a diamond.
Like
levels.
a diamond?
Yeah. So unless anyone's got like a laser
a charging horse and you're like a diamond. Equal.
Well,
those are equal standings.
Well, it's in this case, it's like yeah, like, because like it's only gonna do so much damage, like, to be honest. Like, it's not like you can like blow up a building with it, but
I could toss him
Yeah.
into a building and he would break into it really well.
yeah, exactly. So he is pretty powerful. He'd be less powerful if you could just hit him with a rock and he'd explode.
Chuck it. Do the Wolverine special.
Okay, so then we are looking at 0, 4, 2, 6. So 10 total incoming. Stress, and so when you perform it, we will take 10 stress.
Do you want to kill someone?
You said it was how much
Now
stress?
here's my last question. Yeah. So if
You
you
said it was
if you ritually sac 10
10. Okay. Oof.
1 0 10 10 incoming stress. So when you roll it, and we'll roll a tune to see how well it works, because that's the other, you can't fail the roll,
Yeah.
and bad things can happen. What new belief or fear does knowledge of this ritual and its attendant occult forces instill in you? Does this cause you to acquire a new fear or a new belief? We'll start there.
New fear or new belief? I guess a fear of death. He's already died once. And
Okay.
after he saw
Yeah.
the Emperor,
Okay.
and he saw him.
Yeah. You believe that this is so I will say that this ritual, because you knew it before, was something that you learned, and it's like how people like make golems in Tycheros. It's like an old thing. So that people would make them out of stone or clay and like kind of use them like people use hulls. You're doing this to your brother's corpse. And you realize that you're doing this to your brother's corpse because he is at this point in time an object.
Yeah, that's
You are feared. You have a fear that one day you will become exactly like this. All right. Do you want to cast it?
I'm excited for this dice roll.
Absolutely.
Oh boy.
So it's going to take you about half a day to like about 12 hours straight of casting. Okay. Because of the magnitude of it. Like I said, you would not be able to perform this in the middle of the score. Unless you guys have a war of attrition and it takes weeks.
Yes.
But you where does Lechusa perform this? Does he perform this in the library? Does he go underground? Maybe do it in the museum?
Yeah.
Okay. Get a little bit of privacy in the museum there. It's pitch black. You place what's remains of your brother's corpse into the center, right where you found him. You begin making your own ritual chanting, your own glyphs, your own wards, your own runes, and go ahead and give me an attune roll. You can push yourself. You could also receive assistance from any of the other PCs or our cohorts.
Quellen.
Okay, you're gonna have Quellen help you. Maybe she helps you acquire some of the goods and stuff like that, unless you want her to actually be down here performing the ritual with you.
I'd have her perform the ritual with me.
Okay. Yeah. So Quellen, this older woman, is standing there with you, and she's pointing out what you need to be doing. And she chants alongside you, occasionally cackling. like the crazy witch she is. Go ahead and give me that attune roll. Give yourself +1 die. You can push yourself if you would like.
I will for greater effect.
I would save that because it's already going to be for great effect.
Oh, sorry. Then for an extra die.
Yeah. So this is going to be desperate for great effect.
Okay. 5 die. Holy shit.
Lucky
A
that 5
serious
Yeah.
complication occurs.
Okay, that I'll take a serious complication over it going to shit. That was a lot of ones.
Oh, damn.
Okay. So as you perform the ritual, the body lurches and stands. It doesn't have a head because Albatross's head was split in twain and pulled off of his neck. And it's like half of like a body that just hasn't started to decompose yet. We didn't note that Albatross's body did not rot, and half of the body is quartz. The serious complication is that you can feel it inside of you. And so whenever you go to use this ability, it may backfire and this object may control you. It is an effect known as the Summoner's Curse.
Pretty metal.
Yeah.
What does the
but
feeling feel like
Hmm.
in terms of it controlling me?
There is, as you kind of like begin to like push your own thoughts into it, your consciousness goes into the quartz, and you begin to move around, and like you can basically possess this thing. But when you look at your body, you can see that it's like twitching and like trying to stand as if it's unfamiliar with how its body works.
So like instead of like, let's say that I tell my body to move forward like this, instead it's
Well, no,
like,
like so
moving-
the way that this is working, because of the partial success, you can control this thing, but you have to like possess it.
oh.
And you see while you're possessing this thing, and you can see through its quote unquote eyes, that your body is attempting to move, but it's unfamiliar with how a human body works. And so it's kind of like a newborn deer. It's like stumbling, it's trying to stand, and it just falls. So it doesn't feel like anything. But you can
I just have
see
to be in one body or the other.
Yeah, and you feel like if you leave it long enough, if you stay in here long enough, that your body may leave without you.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll prepare for that. have like straps and be like, okay, I'm not moving, and just
Yeah.
easily unlatch. Yeah.
Yeah, the Summoner's Curse.
Yeah, the dollar bet.
Yeah, the Summoner's Curse is based off of like some old Hebrew folklore, which is that when you create a golem, like it's one of those things where the golem will attempt to become like a person as much as possible, to the point where then one day it'll murder you. In this case, it's not quite that bad. What you've done is you've given the quartz of his body sentience and forced it into your body, and so this is a piece of stone becoming human for the first time.
That's not a good thing.
Too late.
That's
We've
a
done
bad
it.
choice.
Too late.
That's a bad choice. That's a real
The
bad
world now.
choice.
Look, it's only for a week.
Deal. Come on.
Yeah. So that is a thing, and that will come up, perhaps. And then we will go over to Ethan.
All right. Well, before we hit the last kind of beat of like going to the commissioner and following up and with that side, I want to go and have some kind of interaction with these Leviathan hunters who have unpicked sides, and that feels like it's got to be an interesting conversation. So real quick, who's interested in going to go talk to the Leviathan hunters?
Ooh, Jake. Wait, no.
He's not part of this anymore. He's officially out of the club.
I've been, you know what? Vey is gonna go, Marv is gonna go with, and that's not good.
That's fair. Yeah, that's not good in a couple of ways.
Yeah.
I have no speaking skills with Myre, so she can't really help.
Marv can't help either. He'll be able to tell if somebody's lying to him, though.
Okay. So Vey and with Marv in tow, you go down to the docks. You go to the Leviathan Guild Hall. It's kind of in the south of the district of the docks. It's actually not very close to the docks at all, relative to the size of the district. And as you enter, you just see like a crowd of people kind of like yelling down at a man who stands behind a podium in the center of this mess hall. All the tables have been pushed to the side. It seems that they're hosting a meeting. And you just again get this sense that like half the crowd is shouting at the man. It's like this is not our war. Like I am not turning against my neighbor because the emperor thinks that the city council did something wrong. That's your fucking problem. We're not nobles. And then the other half are like, no, our loyalty lies to the empire. This is what we trained for, and this is what we are. We are soldiers just the same as anyone else.
Not gonna pitch me a softball, I see. All right, so first entering in the hall, Vey's gonna kind of motion over to Marv, and they're gonna kind of take a seat in the back at first and just kind of let some conversations happen and some back and forth. There's definitely kind of going through and getting a little bit of a feeler as far as the back and forth. And
yeah, you can even identify some people who seem to be of note. You do notice that thanks, Sadie. Sadie, shut the fuck up. Sorry.
It's all right. The dogs didn't catch it all. Just you yelling at them.
Okay.
Sadie alone.
She was barking
not
because
doing
nothing. Okay, so you do notice that there is a divide in the class amongst the room. So a lot of the people who do not want to fight for the empire do seem to be locals and non-nobles. And then you see a lot of the other people like do come from noble houses. They wear like family crests and things like that. Anything else you would notice? Not really. You get the vibe that like this is a faction divided, and that if you were to be able to get a conversation with the man behind the podium, that he may be the one to make the final call.
Marv is gonna, before you go up there, like, hey, these guys seem to be fighting with each other a bunch. Doesn't seem good for them. Maybe, I talk to the boys. We come through, clean them up. I think this is our chance. Get them back for what they did. I don't know why my accent just changed. I'm sorry about that.
Nah, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say as much as I can tell that, like, you know, there's a real fight and a reason that you should be fighting. You know, at this time, it's one of those things where, you know, even if you went in and you won, which I'll tell you right now how divided they are, you definitely would. It wouldn't mean nothing because we'd be dead the next few days when the Empire comes. So, you know, as much as that, lets you win the battle, you lose the war.
Oh, I don't like that.
No,
What
exactly.
are you gonna do?
And to be frank, as much as you're not super clean in with the Leviathan hunters, I'm willing to bet that you got a lot more problems with the left side of the room rather than the right side. And he's going to kind of point over to more of the noble classes side of things and go, folks over on the right, they're a lot more, down to earth kind of fellows. But
Oh, you see that guy over there on the right side? The guy with one ear?
mm-hmm.
Fought that guy 3 times. He's a tough bastard. That guy
Yeah.
over there on the left side, that guy, you see him? He's got the 2 coats on. Fuck that guy. He's got 2 coats. What do you need 2 coats for? An asshole.
Couldn't be more right. So, yeah, we're gonna hang out, and I'm assuming there's gonna be a bit of a lull, as these things are, and at some point where they go and they have some, some punch and pie and that type of thing, and Vey and Marv are gonna make their way over to the man at the podium.
Okay. You see him. He's getting a scone. You can see spider legs coming out of the side, like those little pores in the scone. He takes a big old bite. What the fuck do you want?
Hey. Show some respect.
Now, calm down, Marv. He's right to be suspicious. We ain't another Leviathan hunter here, and this is very much their establishment. So we'll it's up to us to be polite. It's we were just listening in, and I gotta say, you sound like one undecided kind of group without a real leader at the mast, and it's kind of concerning. So I just wanted to check in and see whether or not we could help out, get support, or that sort of thing. Where you seem so undivided. So, like, where do you stand?
Straight to the point.
He stands right there.
Honestly.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a fortune roll here.
Yeah, do that. Oh, wait.
He doesn't know. He says, honestly, I wasn't born into nobility. I married into it. I get where they're coming from. The ones who are shouting that they don't want to kill their neighbors. But honestly, their neighbors might die anyways. And I got my own family to think about. If someone had a plan, that said that we could repel, like if we could win this war, if I thought we could win this, I would fight, but I don't think we can.
Oh, ye of little faith. If you don't think we can win this, what the hell are you still doing here in Duskfall? And at this point, Vey is gonna just kind of get off and get off on him, and there's gonna be a damn it, Adam, I knew you were gonna get me.
Wait.
I didn't say anything. You just looked at me. That's your fault.
Always catch me on those. But just pushing in on just a lot of a bit more aggression of just like, like, what do you mean we don't have a plan? Like, have you talked to the locals around here? Like, there's a war going, and if you're flip-flopping, if you're not picking sides, if you're not committed, like, you're as good as dead. And there is nothing out there that for an indecisive person, you want to leave, it's too late. Like, the trains are gone, you ain't got nothing left here. So if you're standing here looking for a plan, you're talking to it.
Okay. Why don't you give me an action roll?
All right. I want this to be a group action because we got Marv here and Vey. So I don't know exactly how Marv would be helping in this conversation, aside from maybe he's just kind of like, yeah, Yeah.
Hey,
But,
don't put
Okay,
words
so
in my mouth.
if I can pitch, I think it's worthwhile pointing out to them that if they choose to side with the Imperial, they're on the wrong side of the bridge. They're gonna get eaten by their neighbors that they're so worried about killing.
yeah. Well, and
So
the
it could be a command role, which I think.
this is absolutely yeah.
Yeah, I'll help.
All right.
So go ahead and push if you're gonna push. I can give you a devil's bargain. The devil's
yeah?
bargain be that there are some people who will not side with you no matter what, and they are the ones who own the ships.
Oh, no, we gotta take the ships. Adam, we got 5 pips. We can get a 6.
Yeah. I think we can get one.
Okay.
That's a lot of dice to not get one.
What are the odds?
What are the
I don't know.
Guaranteed now.
I rolled 5
I was gonna
dice. and I
say-
still
Guaranteed
got a
all
5.
ones. But let's go.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm rolling the dice. Here they come.
Oh!
Wait, hey. Oh, wait, damn. I thought that was a 6.
There is
So
a
Hot potato.
nobody
There
takes
is.
any
I thought it was
stress.
2.
Nobody takes any stress, and it's a success. You know, you're right. I don't think we can make it across the bridge. I don't think we're safe here. I think we just have to pick a side and fuck it. He nods to you and then he goes to the podium. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is our home. The Leviathan blood has gone dry. Our use has run out. We can make lives here in Duskfall. Anyone can make a life here in Duskfall. But the Empire will churn us without remorse. And so for those of you who choose to stand by the city in which we live, we will fight. The rest of you can eat some lead. And the right side of the room and him, they all draw out these like large pistols, like musket pistols.
Oh,
And they
fuck.
fire up into the ceiling.
Oh, I thought it was going to the rest of you can eat lead. Start shooting all these people down.
No. They fire up into the ceiling, and then tentatively, the other side of the room follows suit. And when you look up into the ceiling, this is something they must do on a regular basis.
Is the ceiling like Swiss cheese?
It's like dripping pipes and that. Yeah.
No, it's just like the timbers have like black holes in them, and then like there's like literally like broken like support beams, and like they've had to re-put them up a few times over.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. So you have
It's
successfully
done.
gotten the Leviathan hunters to agree to not work against you, or at least against your side of the conflict to come.
Yay! One less negative faction.
Yeah. We are getting close to the end of the session, and so we will start next week with the blue coats. Is there anyone else who has a downtime action that they would like to take? We can go through the last of our downtime actions. The rest will have to be done as flashbacks during this.
I want to do spend 2 coins from Marv to train Resolve.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
That will represent him holding his shit together and not just attacking those assholes. The Leviathan hunters.
Yeah.
It's got like a swear
I got
jar
3
with
pips in
him.
command now.
Very nice. Very commanding.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah, deal.
Latrice is going to spend 1 coin to indulge in his vice.
That's probably for the best. And then I do want to go back to you before we end the session and talk about your trauma and a little bit more about what happened after the ritual. But go ahead and indulge your vice.
Be a good way to indulge the vice.
You like to do weird things with ghosts? Is that your jam?
You guys go down to the quarry and start throwing around slices of salami. It's pretty fucking weird.
No, in the library, you're gonna see him playing poker with the ghosts. And because he has to continuously use a tune to make sure that they're non-violent and that they're actually themselves, they just play a game of poker.
Yeah.
That's not
you
just
Comes
see-
in, throws in an Uno card, and I take that.
Yeah.
fucker.
You're sitting
what
in,
is-
like in your base, and there's like this like fear aura permeating the entire building, like Myre, your home, and like you can just like feel it, like your hands are trembling, and like it's not like you know that you're not afraid, but your body's reacting like it is, and
Yeah.
They're
and,
just
like,
playing cards.
Daniel
They're just playing
Deraviso-
cards.
Even though nobody can see him, so they just see the ghosts.
yeah.
He's just sitting
Sorry.
there at a poker table by himself, just being a weirdo. He's like,
but nobody can see him though, because
Well,
of the
you're
ritual.
not invisible. People know you're
Oh.
there. It's that like people have a hard time looking directly at you.
Okay, oh, this is just weird for them then.
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
yes,
The stone
but then
mask.
on top of it, it looks weird.
Yes. So go ahead and give me that roll there, Dio.
Do they see the cards moving though? And is it just a d6 or is it like a?
You're gonna roll 2d6 because it's either insight, prowess, or resolve. You have 2 in all of them.
Okay. Well, let's see what I get. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh,
Overindulge.
overindulge.
Oh, bad luck.
No stress. Oh no, 0 stress.
Mm. Ooh. I think you brag about your exploits. Well, it's not that you brag about your exploit, but you're gonna gain +2 heat. Which is gonna push you back up to 2. And what happens is during this card game, Daniel Deraviso is trying his best to work, and finally he just like kind of like he's holding like a teacup and he drops it, and it like distracts you long enough that one of the spirits leaves the library, feasts upon somebody in the district, and then returns. You were reckless, engaging in recreation with the spirit, and you lost control for just long enough that someone might not have died, but someone got hurt. And so you guys are back up to a 3 wanted level.
Damn it!
I hope none of us end up in jail again. Jeez, that would be super
That
inconvenient.
would be inconvenient. Yeah.
Oh shit. I mean, I still have all my stress, so I still have to get rid of the stress.
Oh my god.
Oh my
No,
god.
you don't have all your stress. You go to 0.
I voted 0. Oh,
Yeah, you lose 6 stress. The failure is that you overindulge.
oh. That guy was a sore loser anyway. I hope they take him out.
Yeah, so you are at 0 stress. There we go. Yeah, you're at 0 stress. Let's go. Sorry, my cat's going off. What did you pick as your new trauma? Because you did acquire a new one just now.
Haunted.
Haunted.
He's a little disturbed by how the body itself moves when he's not in it.
Yeah, and I think ever since then, there's a part of you that is aware, like it's it's like a newborn child discovering everything for the first time. Part of you almost wants to give yourself over to that aspect. Okay, good to know. Ludes, Bay, Myre, Lechusa, Marv, if you'd like. You guys are all walking towards Charter Hall. On your way to a meeting. Has anyone told Ludes who the meeting's with?
Nobody tells Ludes anything.
Yes. Faye would have told Ludes because we're on the better side of things and just wanting to kind of, temper expectations. I just went, I went with Mav to the Dakas and now, we're gonna go talk to the Bluecoats, but it's okay.
What?
They got me out of the cells, so we kind of owe them one, and you never came and visit, so you kind of owe me one.
Are you turning me in? Are you turning me in? Is that what's happening? I'm sorry I didn't visit. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? How can I make it up to you?
You're making it up to me right now, Ludes. We're not going back to prison. I'll tell you,
Are they gonna fucking kill me?
No. We're doing this for self-preservation. If we don't go and have this chat, if we don't go and have this chat, I'm going back to prison. So there's a little bit there. You're kind of helping me out, and otherwise, we got to make this deal because otherwise, I don't know if we're gonna win the war against the Empire.
What's the deal? What's the deal? What deal? What are we doing? I can't go back in there. I mean, I guess I could. I can get out anytime I want. Yeah,
we can get out, right? We're good. We can get out. And the deal, we're just trading weapons with another faction within Duskfall to make sure that when the Empire gets here, if we need a sword, we got a sword. If they need a gun, they got a gun. It's as good as that.
Wait,
to fight the Empire.
Why does it have to do with me? I don't understand.
Well, whether you like it or not, we're a big deal here in the city now. And we got to protect it.
Okay, on that note, we cut to the table. Jaren is sitting directly across from you, Faye.
Faye is frowning. Very heavy frowns.
Yeah.
Marv is also frowning, and Ludes is sweating profusely. And I don't know if I've mentioned this. Have I mentioned before that his sweat is thick and brown?
No, but
everybody's
thick and brown.
It's like grease.
Everything.
It's just like pure grease that comes out of him. He's just sitting there, he's like, he wipes it away, and he's like sludges onto the ground.
I would love the compilation of Adams. I don't know if I've mentioned this.
I don't mention this.
Well, we'll work on that. But Lude, sitting directly across from you is none other than Hornet.
Oh, God damn it.
He's sitting there. He's got a leather glove on, and he's kind of on his right hand. He's kind of tapping his fingers on the table, and every time his ring finger touches the table, it just is like a dull thud as his wooden finger hits against it.
That's so fucked, man.
And he's just glaring at you.
Every time the wooden one thumps, Ludes does subconsciously nods with it.
And then in comes Commander Cleland. And as we recall, Vey said, we're a pretty big deal around here. And he sits down and he puts out his terms for you. Listen, I brought you guys here because we have families. We're going to war. There's going to be collateral damage. And frankly, no one knows who you are and no one cares.
I imagine Lude's kind of looking over and Vey's like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's a weird pitch. They got
No,
me.
they're lying. They're lying.
But if you agree to house the people we send your way in the upcoming weeks until the end of the war, keep them safe. We'll look the other way on whatever you're doing over there. Refuse?
Yeah.
And that school's gonna burn to the ground.
I mean, could be tough to burn down. It's made mostly out of, stone and bricks. But, I'd like to propose a counter offer here. That guy, this guy, right here. Why don't you slap him one time, and then we got a deal. Just slap him.
He doesn't even hesitate. He grabs like a book, like a ledger, like this thick black like ledger that he carries around, and he just breaks Darmit's nose. Darmit just hits the floor, and he's like, "You happy?"
Nah, but that's what he gets. That guy's an asshole. I don't know if you know that guy. That guy's an asshole. Yeah, I think. I don't speak for everybody.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see that happen. This guy here, the guy, talk to him. I don't have any control over this. I just wanted to see if you would do it.
It'll be hard to burn down
But
the
yeah,
university when the rest of Duskfall is already burnt. But for that same exact reason, I can see an advantage of us working collectively.
Yeah. You keep our people safe, and we won't worry about what happens to you. If you think you can help, you can tell your watch patrol captain. We're willing to take any input. Anyone who's willing to deputize themselves in these times. And with that, he just he stands and he walks, and as he passes by Ludes, he does one of those things where he just kind of suddenly like jumps at you, like he's gonna check you.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, you have a good day," and he walks away. And then Darmit reluctantly begins to give you a list of names of people that you're expected to house. He says it through gritted teeth. And that is the offer that they've made to you. And that is it for today's session. So, ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you so much for listening. Check out our streams every other Monday over at the Neon Swamp. You can check out, they also do an alternating Friday game of Deadlands. I believe at the time you're listening to this, the next game that we'll be playing is actually Lancer.
Oh, cool.
Which is the mech, the mech anime TTRPG. So if you're into that kind of thing, check us out over at the Neon Swamp on Twitch.com. And with all that being said, you have a good night and 2 down.